Hello everybody, CabooseDOTexe here, and we're back with some more Killing Floor 2 video. Today we're going to talk about what we are up to for Killing Floor 2 for the fall update. We're going to talk about the new weapons and something else as well that's been on everyone's mind. If you've been wondering, hey, where's CabooseDOTexe been? For whatever reason, I don't know why you would be. Well, I have been very busy. I've been working on a few videos, something for Killing Floor, something for Fallout, something for Doom, believe it or not. In case you didn't know, Doom is one of my all-time favorite franchises. As well as I'm doing some funny moments, I've also been streaming and getting ready for PAX West. I hope to see some of you folks there. I'd love to see all of you folks there. But granted, I assume I'm not going to be able to do that. That would be very strange. But if you do see my helmet, my signature helmet, make sure to stop me and get a hug. No matter what I'm doing, I'm always going to give somebody a hug. I'm a hugger. What can I say? So let's talk about the thing you've been wanting to see, you know, the two new weapons, not that controversial stuff. I won't get to that. That's why I'm kind of nervous right now is we gotta address it. I'm not really excited for that. So our two weapons here, what do we have? Well, first up, we've got the Rhinos. It is the dual wielding pistols. I believe it's based off the Mad Ever pistol. Since they're pistols, it's going to be one of my favorite perks, the Gunslinger. It is a tier 3 pistol, and it's got fragmentation rounds. Now, I don't know what entirely that entails. Is that like the starting weapon for the demolition where they explode when on contact? Or does it just like hit the Zed and then hurt the nearby Zed? Or is saying fragmentation rounds just another way to say that this weapon also has bullets that ricochet? I am super excited for that, by the way. You're going to see me in my clips from now on just shooting the wall, trying to hit Zeds in the head with my bullets that bounce off. That's going to be so much fun to do, and I can't wait to give this weapon a try. This weapon, when it was introduced into Payday 2, was, by the way, one of my favorite weapons. At least at the time. At the time it was. I don't know why. I think it was because it had really good DPS. So the second weapon we have here is the tier 5 Ion Thruster, which at first I was like, well, why is there using a jet engine or something like that? But no, it turns out it is a superheated retractable blade. And given its description, I'm assuming what happens is your light attacks will build up some sort of heat, and then when you use your heavy, you can light Zeds on fire. And I'm excited to see that because it looks so cool, and I bet that sounds really cool, right? Basically what I'm trying to say is it sounds really cool. I mean, it's retractable, so you just like put it in front of you and then stab like a bunch of Zeds at once, basically creating a Zed Shishkabob? That would be pretty dope. That'd be pretty dope. So now it's time to address the elephant in the room. And trust me, I'm not too thrilled about talking about this one, but stick with me till the end here. I think it's something important to address. And if I start to break up here, there's only so much my editing can do. I could sit here for hours recording audio, but in the end of the day, I'm actually pretty nervous about this one. So about 4 years ago, Killing Floor 2 entered Steam in early access, and as a means to generate passive income so that way they can continue to have big updates afterwards when the game is officially released, they created what was called the Zed economy. Basically, it's just an in-game store where you can buy cosmetics. You know, the usual. Weapon skins, outfits for your characters, maybe different characters, as well as emotes and headshot effects. This was meant to help sustain Killing Floor 2 so that way they can put out big updates. You know, adding in new levels, new weapons, and even new Zeds every 2 or 3 months. For the past at least 2 years, maybe 2.5 years after the official release of the game, they have had a bunch of free updates. Roughly 4 in the year, 1 in spring, 1 in summer, 1 in fall, and 1 in winter. Each adding at least 1 new level, 2 new weapons, and occasionally they would add a new Zed. But the Zed economy can't support this level of output anymore. So they decided that moving forward, they have to do one of two things. Either significantly reduce the amount of each update in order to, match the projected return, or find a new source of revenue that goes beyond the Zed economy system to allow them to maintain this current level of output. And not wanting to cut back on what they're putting in Killing Floor 2, they decided to go with the second option. Now, they can't find a way to monetize maps because map making is a kind of a big part of their community. I'm hoping that one day they'll find a way to put that Steam Workshop on console so that way they can have, people share all their fun little maps. You can't really monetize Zeds because, they barely put them in. They come in, once a year? So what that leaves is they have to start charging players for the new weapons. For a game like Killing Floor 2, this is not something absurd. Payday 2, another big wave shooter, had a slew of weapon packs. They had one for everything. They had one for medieval weapons, ninja weapons, they had so many weapon packs. If you ever think Endgame and Infinity War was a massive crossover, you should see Payday 2. I mean, they had Goat Simulator, they had John Wick, they had Chivalry. I'm surprised they never did one with Killing Floor 2. However, I've been told that the Killing Floor people do want to do a crossover with Payday 2. Let's make that happen, people. Come on, let's do it. So, starting with the next fall update, where you're going to find these two weapons that I talked about today, you will have to purchase the weapons. Now, stick with me here till the end, because there's a lot to be said here. There's two upsides to this. There's two things that are going to happen that will hopefully make it a bit more enticing. First off, the simple one is that you're going to get 5 unique skins for those weapons that are at mint quality. So they're going to be the best looking ones for it, and they're going to be nice, and they're going to be good. That's kind of to help balance it out. The second thing is that since weapons is such a big thing in Killing Floor, and they have a shared content system, anybody who purchases that weapon will be able to then have the other players in that server also use that weapon. It's like the Road Redeemer and the Zweihander. If you own Road Redemption and Chivalry, you get these two weapons that you can then share with your friends, as long as you're in the same server. Same deal here. If I buy the Rhino or the Ion Blaster, then my buddies can use it too. I can just come into the server and be like, yo, Eric, Apium, Dichronic, try out the new weapons. I bought them, you give them a go. This isn't something that Killing Floor hasn't done before. Killing Floor 1 had weapon packs as well, late into its life after... like much later. Basically, I think the game came out in, 2009? And then I think when I entered college, so about 2012, 2013, they started introducing weapon packs. Hell, the Seal Squib was actually born from one of these weapon packs. So it's not something that's a stranger to this game franchise. So I'm okay with it. I'm used to it. I've had 2 years to enjoy free content. I'm okay paying some more money. And keep in mind, these aren't going to be pay-to-win weapons. They're going to be balanced. They say right here that these weapons are going to have the stats that they should have. They're going to be appropriate to that tier. The Rhino is a tier 3 weapon, and it's going to be a tier 3 weapon. There's not going to magically be a tier 6 thing just because, because these weapons are introduced. The issue that players are having, however, is the price. So for one weapon, you have to pay $10. That means for 2 weapons, you got to pay a total of $20. Now, my guess is this might be up to debate. I'm hoping that maybe they'll change it, because as much as I want to help them, that's a little steep. I can see that's quite a bit. That's $20 for 2 guns. And guns are like the lifeblood of this game. People love the guns. The guns are great. I'm excited to try out both of them. But I think they should do 2 weapons for $10. And if they can even do it, 2 weapons for $5, maybe even better. The reason why this price was chosen was because it seemed in line with their other cosmetic items. But the weapons are a bit more than just a simple cosmetic. But you don't have to buy these weapons, since you can just kind of siphon off another player. You might be wondering then, why haven't they tried other things? Well, I mean, they kind of went the usual route for games, right? They went into cosmetics. They did characters, outfits for those characters, weapon skins. I mean, what other games have headshot effects? Halo? I can only really think of Halo, honestly. So they're kind of stuck with having to do their weapons. And I guess it is what it is. But I'm hoping that they'll at least take our little frustration into consideration here. Just a few little side notes I would also like to add, just to, I guess, kind of hopefully relieve some of the tension here. Granted, it's not a game in the same genre as Killing Floor, but Planet Coaster is another game that had this situation. For the first year, all content was free. All the updates are free. Starting from their second year, that's when they started charging for updates. Kerbal Space Program was another game that did something similar. They had it where if you owned the game up to a certain point, all the DLCs will remain being free. However, if you bought it after that, you'd have to start paying for the DLCs. One strategy that I can see for Killing Floor that might be helpful in both continuing its player base as well as kind of helping relieve some more of that tension is make the game free to play, and for those who owned the game before it went free to play, they get the weapons for free or for at least a significantly reduced price. Whereas other players, they then have to purchase the weapons. If you're wondering if I'm going to be covering these weapons, I definitely will. Probably more so than the free updates, mainly because those ones are more or less to help you build the strategy. These ones will then be to kind of say, should you buy this or should you not buy this? And of course, I'm going to be honest here. I'm not going to just say, oh, this weapon's good because I like Killing Floor. No. I want I'll make these videos for you. If I can help both parties, that's great. I more or less do this to help you folks out and to kind of look for a creative outlook of my frustration and depression. So don't think that I'm gonna be. Did I just get too real? I'm sorry, but you know, until this gets implemented, I hope maybe they'll take some ideas into consideration and they'll read into our frustration and maybe think of something. I hope it works out in the end. Because I love killing floor, and I hate to see the community get divided over something like this. But until then, if you like this, I hope this video has been helpful. If you like the video, please leave a like. Let me know in the comments below what you think. If you want to see more killing floor content, as well as other content for other games, please subscribe and ring the bell to be notified when the updates come out. I'm probably going to try to keep these updates going as they come out, be more on top of things. Of course, I always say that, but then something happens. And remember, I am going to PAX West. I hope I can see at least some of you folks there. But until my next video, and until PAX West, remember, I love you.